Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shalom Yemini. Each week, we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find inspiration that will complement your daily life and intensify your connection to God. This week's Parsha Perspective is dedicated in memory of Shlomo Ben Edward. May his soul be uplifted and his memory a blessing. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Pinchas. Our Parsha begins with Pinchas, the grandchild of Aaron, receiving a reward for killing Zimri, the head of the tribe of Shimon. Zimri was publicly consorting with a Midianite princess, so Pinchas took a spear and ended both their lives and ended the plague that killed over 200,000 people. The reward that Pinchas was given was the Kehunah, the priesthood. The Talmud in Zvachim explains that when Hashem anointed Aaron and his 4 sons to the Kehunah, to the priesthood, he said that this appointment was for Aaron, his sons, and the future generations. And since Pinchas was alive when they were anointed, he did not receive the Kehunah. After Moshe counted the Jewish nation, Hashem told him to go up Mount Avarim and catch a glimpse of Israel's land, for he was not to enter the land of Israel, and this would be his only way to fulfill his dream of going to Israel. However, a question comes to mind. Immediately following his glance at the land of Israel, Moshe asked Hashem to appoint his successor. As the pasuk writes, Yifkod Hashem Elokei haruchos l'chol basar ish ala'ida. Let God, the source of breath for all flesh, appoint a man over the community. Asher yotz lifneihem va'asher yavai lifneihem. One who will go out before them and come in before them. Va'asher yotziim va'asher yaviim v'lo tiyeh adas Hashem kitzoin asher ein lahem roya. And one who will take them out and bring them in, so the congregation of God will not be like sheep without a shepherd. What prompted Moshe Rabbeinu to now ask Hashem to appoint his successor? Furthermore, why did Moshe use such unusual words like the source of breath for all flesh just to ask Hashem who will be his successor? Rashi on that pasuk explains that the reason Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem to appoint his successor was because he just finished teaching the laws of inheritance to the Jewish nation. Because earlier in the Parsha, when the 5 daughters of Tzalafchad came and asked him for a portion of the land, he did not have an answer and had to turn to God. And now he wanted to know if one of his children would inherit his position, or one of his students would become the next leader of the Jewish people. However, the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, whose yortzeit was this past Tuesday on the 15th of Tammuz, gives a deeper and more powerful explanation. He explains that since Moshe Rabbeinu now understood that he was not going to enter the land of Israel, he wanted to ensure that they would be led into the land by a proper and suitable leader. And since Moshe Rabbeinu was the ultimate leader, he knew that the next leader of the Jewish people had to be a person of great holiness and understanding. A person who's empathetic and compassionate towards everyone, as well as focused, driven, and galvanizing. For the next leader had a tough job ahead of him. He would have to lead the Jewish people into battle against the nations of Canaan. And then he would have to see to it that they settle in the land peacefully. And this is why Moshe used such unique terms like God, the source of breath for all flesh. For Moshe wanted to know that before he leaves his people, that his successor realizes what he's taking upon himself. He is now the leader of many tribes with different personalities and perspectives on life. And it was up to him to lead this nation of individuals into the land of Israel. In our daily life, it is imperative that we understand that we must be leaders in our own life. This means being compassionate and empathetic, as well as seeing the big picture for ourselves and others. When we start to take responsibility for our actions, we begin to make smart and reasonable decisions that will lead us closer to accomplishing our goals and achieving our potential. There is an amazing quote that I once heard. The most powerful leadership tool you have is your own personal example. Have a great weekend and a good Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.